It's such an honor to be here with y'all, man. Thank you to them for having me. Thank you to Trey and Suli and everybody at Sidebar for having me. I want to do this song for my boy Mark here. I wrote this song in part thinking back to about 25 years ago. I was in the 11th grade, and I woke up and I was fucked up. I've been hitting the bottle and hitting the joint, and somebody told me that somebody had flown into the World Trade Center. And me and all my friends were like, what? We didn't believe it. And as we watched the news unfold, every single one of us wanted to go and stand in line at the Army Registration Center to go and take out whoever had done that, because we felt like we were under attack, our people were under attack. And what we came to see happen was that people in power, George W. Bush and Donald Rumsfeld and Dick Cheney, took that very understandable human emotion of wanting to defend ourselves and distorted it and turned it into bloodlust for oil. And they started sending boys like me over to the other side of the world to kill boys just like us who were trying to defend their own place for the sake of making themselves richer. Am I right?
Yeah.
All they wanted was the oil and the money, and that's still what they want. And I'm not going to go over there and kill my brother who's Iranian, and I hope you don't either. This is about the people standing up for the people and for a just world where everybody has enough and everybody can be free, whether we're Iranian or whether we're American, whether we're Jewish or Muslim or Mexican or Cuban. Everybody in this world deserves to live free and deserves to have the life that starts right here. don't care what it means. And Adam's supposed to the corner, Jonathan Maddox, bearded John Heavy coat, face contorted Bibles, wounded dudes on cracking up. I walk quiet, watch them soundly get off the transitions. That shouts and chewed and falling through the fading south till someone does down our feet. Down to the south side town. Get my back into it. Drink push to my top. Watch my head roll on the table. The summer street rising from the stars and things my tongue still. 'Cause I never dare say I'm stuck. Power to the people, y'all. Power to the people. Peace, 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 peace. All right. Man, let's see. This, I want to do this song for everybody who works for a living. Any of y'all work for a living? Hell yeah, that's what I thought. Me too. And like I said, I'm from the state of Alabama, and when you're growing up in the state of Alabama, something people in power try to tell you is that down here, we don't do unions. That ain't something we do around here. That's a northern thing, and we don't do that around here. And the reason they tell us that is because it's a lie. Unions are very much a thing in Alabama, and we're the most unionized state in the Deep South. And the only reason that places like Birmingham have gotten to be where they are is because of labor unions standing up for the rights of people in coal mines and steel mills and places like that, where companies are trying to take advantage of us. So what this song is about looking around us, not just in the past, but in the present, and how when workers stand up for each other, we can get some stuff done. That's how we stop sending children into coal mines, right? That's how we got the 40-hour week, right? That's how we got paid vacation, right? That's how we got spring break that some of y'all are on right now. This is how we won these things, is when people stand with people, and what people in power don't want us to realize, if you're a white guy like me, is that the only way I get those things is if I stand with my sister who works for a living, and if I stand with my immigrant brother who works for a living, and if I stand with my trans sister who works for a living. It's about standing together so that the people can win. Because when the people win, democracy wins. Let's do it. y'all, man. Man, I want to do this song. I was talking to my buddy Rich earlier. I'm so grateful for this community and people I've gotten to know here at Sidebar, both here at the Jumpstart party, the THEMM party, and also my homies tomorrow with Hipster Robots. And I was talking to my buddy Rich earlier, and we were talking about pizza. These guys got pizza for the people playing, which is like, what a sweet thing to do. And Rich, who is as prime and perfect an example of a Pittsburgh Italian gentleman as you can ever imagine. He said, this is something great that my people have contributed to the world, is the pizza pie. And I was like, man, ain't that the truth, you know?
Wait, gentlemen? Yeah.
Gentlemen, truly.
Look at fashion connoisseur.
You know, we play fast and loose with language sometimes, but Rich really is a gentleman, as is Alex. But anyway, I was thinking about how right now in this country we have people in power, and a lot of them look like me. They have last names that come from England or Scotland, and they're Protestants and whatever. And they say, oh, well, you know, this is what it means to be American. This very narrow thing. And what I've found is that the more I get around this country, what I find is that the power in this country and the power in the people of this country is the fact that we're made up of Pittsburgh Italians and Chicago Polish and Tejano and Southern Crackers and Lebanese New Englanders and Jewish New Yorkers, right? That's what can make this a beautiful and a powerful place. And this song is about connecting to who we really are and to question the idea of whiteness and white nationalism and white supremacy, not just because it's the way that we're on the right side of things, but it's also because that's the only way to really know who we really are and where we really come from. Am I right? There ain't no country called white. This is about understanding ourselves and standing alongside our kinfolk who are denied the privilege and power of whiteness in this country so that we can build a land of the free. The velvet sun in fluorescent halos, the tiny flowery redemption of sharecroppers and miners as slaves. Offering up our class beneath the TV flag and the cross. Originally trying to the people, man. Oh, love y'all so much. I'm just gonna do one more here. This is another song looking at the people of Alabama, where I'm from, and how we don't have to get stuck in this moment in time and think that we're headed towards nowhere. Because what we can see is that there were people back in the past who felt even more, and probably who were stuck even more than we were. But what they showed us is there's always fight. You can always dig deep into yourself and into community and find more fight. And that's what this song is about. It's about looking at people in Alabama back in Birmingham in the late 1800s who were standing together against the steel companies and the coal companies that were trying to tear them apart and trying to send them down there to die to make a rich man richer. This is about people standing up for their right to vote and participate in civil society in the Black Belt of Alabama, fighting against Jim Crow and voter disenfranchisement. This is about the people in East Alabama, indigenous people who formed the Seminole Nation in Florida, Osceola, who said, fuck you to the U.S. government, you cannot take our land, this is our land, and are still to be defeated by the U.S. government. This is about people standing up for the people, standing up for democracy, standing up for a place in a moment in time where we can all be ourselves and be free. This is about not playing dead anymore. To the site, the 200 years, 3 wars, the richest empire owner.